Hey there, sneak peekers. We're here at the red carpet premiere of The East at South by, awaiting the arrival of Ellen Page, Alexander Skarsgård, and more.
We are the East. We don't care how rich you are. We want all those who are guilty to experience the terror of their crimes. It's easy when it's not your life.
So this film covers some pretty controversial topics. What would you want the audience to take away after viewing it?
I don't think they're controversial. They're just topics that people have thought about but haven't necessarily encountered a lot. So I think they're just topics that people don't know that much about, which makes it controversial.
And you co-wrote the film and also directed it. So how did you find it difficult writing something and then kind of stepping away from it and looking at it through a perspective as a director?
No, I'm directing as I'm writing, you know. When Brit and I are writing together, I'm always thinking about it in terms of colors, in terms of actors, in terms of lenses, camera movements. So it's very nice. I'm looking forward to directing something that I haven't written and seeing what that experience is like.
You did Freakinism 2 months, right, in preparation for this film. Can you tell us about your experiences doing that?
Well, it was intense because I think you come in with a lot of ideas about what that might be like or what it is, and then you live that life, and it's really different, you know. I mean, sleeping on rooftops and hopping trains and learning to sort of live outside of what we think of, I guess, as a normal life in a city. And so it was an intense experience and really beautiful and overwhelming and filled with emotion and a lot of feeling. So years later, we were trying to sort of still make sense of that time in our lives, and I think wrote this as a way to wrestle with it.
So you co-wrote it and you also act in it. What do you find like the most difficult aspect of doing that, making a character that you helped create come to life?
You know, it's nice when you've written something because you've spent a lot of time living in the character. So when you then go to act, you've done a lot of your preparation already. So that part is really great. It's also cool because I think there aren't that many women writing, and so I think sometimes you see a lot of female characters that have been shaped by men, and it's nice to try to write something that's a little outside of the box, a woman that we've not seen before. So,
can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved in the film?
Yeah, well, I was a huge admirer of Brit and Zal's work, and I love Sound of My Voice, and I got sent the script, and I was just like, no way, this is just so good. And I just so desperately wanted to do it. So I went and met with them, and I was trying to play it cool, but secretly inside I was like, please put me in your movie, please put me in your movie. So I couldn't be more grateful to be involved, to be honest with you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your character, Izzy?
Yeah, I play Izzy, and she's a member of the eco-anarchist group called The East, and she's very intense and pretty angry. And angry at the world and the state that it's in, and at corporate greed, and wants to do something about it. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little about just The East, the actual group in the film?
Well, The East, I play Benji, who's, when Sarah shows up, she thinks he's the leader of the group, but he's very adamant that there is no hierarchy, there are no leaders. It's they don't subscribe to that. But it's a group of eco-anarchists that live out in the woods, and they attack big corporations. And
can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with the film?
Well, I read the script about 2 years ago. My agent sent it to me, and I just thought it was a brilliant script. I didn't know Zal or Brit or their work before, but I really responded to it, and I said I'd love to meet these guys. And I met with them, and it was love at first sight. I just felt like they're so intelligent and so smart and so much integrity, and they cared so much about the project. And we just hit it off from the first meeting, and I felt like I'd just love to spend 3-4 months in the trenches with these guys.
We will counterattack 3 corporations in the next 6 months for their worldwide terrorism. And this is just the beginning.